Hello. We're good to go. We're recording.
Okay, we're recording already?
Yeah.
All right. You ready to get started?
Well, I really wasn't, but then I hit record and now I'm afraid it won't go. So yes.
Okay, so I don't know how much time we have, but I have a good long list of questions ready for you.
Okay.
So here's the first one. Okay, just looking at the plain white background and the tank top you have on, knowing you guys just got some snow out in Virginia. It looks like you're not at home. So where are you and what events are you getting ready for?
I am in San Jose del Cabo, Mexico, and I'm getting ready for IM Los Cabos on Sunday.
Have you done this race before?
I did. I did this last year, last March, and that was the first year of the race. So this is year 2. I'm going for a streak.
Okay, so what I guess do you think about this course? What suits you best?
I think that it's a pretty fair course. It's a pretty tough swim. It requires people to, be stronger swimmers, which even though I may not be the fastest, I'm a pretty strong swimmer and I can hold my own there. And then the bike is tough. It's windy, it's hot, and it's definitely hilly. It's a little bit kind of like the Queen K, actually, to make a comparison, just that rolling up and down exposed highway type of situation, which is good for me. Yeah.
All right, and what about the run?
The run, they call the run flat. There's definitely a few little, nothing big, a few little hills and stuff. Very exposed, very open, but it's pretty contained. It's 3 loops in town here, and the town gets really into it, and so there's like a lot of support, which is really cool. So even when you're like feeling pretty low, they keep you going, which I think makes a big difference for the run.
Fantastic. I think you and so many other athletes have been posting pictures on Twitter and Facebook of all the gorgeous scenery there. When you're racing, do you have time to take that in, or are you really just focused on the road ahead of you and what you need to do in the race?
Yeah, I don't think I'm paying attention much at all when I'm racing. But
I don't have training, much less racing,
right.
But it's amazing there.
But it is really nice. This year has been a little bit better and a little bit calmer for me. So I've been able to kind of relax a bit more and I think pay more attention. My parents are staying at a resort down the road, so I was able to go relax there yesterday, and they had the nice infinity to look out and watch the whales over top of. So yeah, this year's definitely a little more relaxed. I'm taking it in a little bit more.
So, other than spending time at your parents' resorts, what else have you been doing in the days leading up to the race that you've been there?
Well, I arrived on Wednesday and I built my bike and then went for a ride. The riding out here isn't the greatest. You actually basically ride on the highway with a very tiny shoulder. So, did that. Thursday, did another little workout, hung out with my parents, kind of relaxed, did check in. Today, I went out and checked out the swim course. That was nice. And then had lunch with Leslie, Leslie, also coached by Hillary, and her fiance, Nate. And then I'm about to go to dinner. Oh, the pro meeting was today.
Right.
So I went for that experience, which was cool, my very first pro meeting. And yeah, so not a whole lot, but just kind of doing what needs to get done and staying off my feet.
Right. So, very few of us ever get the chance to go pro in a sport that we love. So, what happens in the pro meeting and what kind of things are discussed? And I guess what's the feeling or, the atmosphere like?
So, I think I got a little bit gypped here. The meeting was supposed to be from 12:30 to 1:30. So we all show up at 12:30 and we're ready to go. And they're like, actually, we haven't even done the pro panel yet. So then we all had to wait for the pro panel, but that was about 45 minutes long. And then that bumped us to the time slot they had basically put for like the age group meeting as well. So they did one big meeting for everyone. And it appeared like they had put the athlete guide onto some PowerPoint slides and then read them out loud to us. So unfortunately, there were no secrets given out to us. but I don't know. Maybe it's in like my race bag or something. Maybe the list of secrets is in there.
That's a little anticlimactic. I was hoping for something a little more, like you said, secret.
I
Okay.
know. Yeah, me too. But no.
Okay, so I mean, I'm not sure how many people know that you're a full-time pro now. You left your job in December, right? So I have some questions for you about how your life has changed since December, really. So,
Okay.
um, what what would you say have been the biggest one or two changes in your life since going pro?
Um, definitely just the amount of people I'm around probably on a daily basis is like a huge change. Working in the corporate office, like I worked in a close group of probably 15 people and then was in an office of like 200 and everyone was around every day and we were going to lunch together and we were on video calls with other offices, tons and tons of people around for interaction on a daily basis.
Right.
And now I could very easily go through the day seeing like just myself, maybe like one or two other people. I try not to do that again, but it's definitely very different in that respect. And
So is that when you will WhatsApp me and text me?
yeah, so my interactions with people on the internet have gone up a
Okay.
lot. And then I would say, it's just a little bit, I think like accountability. I don't know if that's the right word, but now I'm setting my schedule and
Right.
it's up to me of when I can wake up and do everything. And that's a big change because, obviously before it was like I could set some things, but at the end of the day, I had to work from, 8 to 6 or whatever.
Right.
And now it's like the world is my oyster. I can arrange things however I want. But I've started being late to things, which I was never late before. So I don't know if that's a good thing.
Well, so let me ask you a question sort of off the back of that. Have you had to change any of your habits to support the physical demands on your body and the schedule that you have to maintain just with all the workouts that you do every day?
I eat a lot more and I eat probably more frequently like healthy things. Like Hillary's definitely given me an extra session to work out on most days, so it's like an extra thing of planning for snacks and meals. And my mom just walked in. Hi, Mom. Like healthy things like that, as opposed to being at work where they actually provided a lot of snacks and stuff like that, and I always had those available. But now I'm able to do my work on like the couch or in bed and keep my feet up, and I just make sure to take advantage of that and to just be relaxing as much as I can.
Right. Okay, so I guess let's go back to the race a little bit and to Cabo. So what specific goals do you have for this race?
I would like to be in the mix. I think the whole time, I think my strength as a triathlete is that across the board, I'm pretty strong. So I think especially on a harder course with elements like heat and wind, that can help me out a lot when I look at some of the other girls racing. So, I'd just like to kind of give people a run for their money and make them, have me in the back of their mind. And I don't want to be written off by anyone. So if I can come out of this race with that, that'll be a good day.
And have you already decided how you're going to celebrate your first pro finish once you cross the line?
Tears of joy. I'll be saying hello to Julie across the finish line camera. But I'm in Mexico, so margaritas, guacamole. That's definitely on the list.
Well, just so you know, we have in Sydney, we've blocked out our schedule on Monday morning. So whenever it is that you finish, we will be watching Ironman Live to make sure we see you. So you mentioned your parents were there. Of course, your mom just walked in the room, but who else is there to support you this weekend?
My mom and my dad are here. And then lots of just virtual support with Ironman Live coming in from other family members, but just my mom and my dad for now.
Okay. Well, you mentioned Ironman Live, and of course that's where most of us get the information. But is there anywhere else we can follow you and how you're doing on Sunday? Twitter account, anything like that?
Yeah. So Annabelle, who's another Smash ambassador, her husband's here, and not to give Mark any pressure or anything, but I have a feeling he's pretty capable and we'll be able to do some live tweeting of the event.
Okay.
So we'll like post his Twitter and stuff on Facebook and everything else to follow. And then I'm sure Hillary will be retweeting anything that she hears. So that's probably your best bet in case Iron Man doesn't do the job.
Okay. Well, you never know. You know,
sometimes, or in case they're not following me specifically, I don't know why they wouldn't do that, but we'll see.
Yeah, why would he follow his wife? I'm sure he's interested in your race.
That too.
All right, so I guess maybe just a couple more questions if I can. So we've talked about Smash, we've talked about following you on Sunday, and I saw that there's a Smash contest, I guess, your run time. So do we still have time to enter? And if we do, do you have any tips for us on what time we should be guessing?
Yes, so you can enter until tomorrow at like midnight or something Pacific time, so everyone's got a lot of time to enter still. Okay. And if you want to be close on my time, I will say that my open marathon PR is still pretty soft. It's a 3:31 actually, because I haven't run an open road marathon in Lord knows how long. But I'm pretty fit right now, so if I was gonna bet, I would take the under on that. So that'll give you. Although for the person who guessed like, I think 1:45, that was probably pushing it a little bit, but
We all think you're capable of it, Alyssa. So someday.
I appreciate the vote of confidence.
I love it. So is there anything else you want to share with us about your race, about how you're feeling, anything?
I think just to, thank you everyone. Everyone's been so great these past 3 months. It's been a big leap of faith and a lot of things going on, and I couldn't have done it without my friends and family and coach and everyone. Getting a little sentimental. But yeah, to work hard and get out there, and I think it'll be fun.
Well, we couldn't be more excited or more proud of you. I mean, I think you're certainly pursuing a dream that a lot of us wish we would have made a similar decision. So best of luck to you on Sunday. You will have hundreds of people following you and cheering you on from all over the U.S. and certainly in Australia. So good luck to you. No pressure.
Thank you, Miss Julie, Miss Ultraman champion.
You just go out there and smash it, and we can't wait to hear all about it after the finish line celebration on Sunday.
Yes, you will get my exclusive post-race interview.
I can't wait.
Right.
Hey, I just maybe one last question. How are your legs feeling? This one's for Dan.
There's really good sensations in my legs these past couple days as I've been out on the road, so I feel like that's going to be in my favor.
I love it. Well, we'll talk to you again in a couple days.
Thanks, Julie.
All right, bye. Good luck.